happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm so glad that you made the stop here. The Nikki Clarke Show live in the Go Live studios in Toronto, Canada. And it is another beautiful and blessed evening. My name is Nikki Clarke. I'm your host, and we've been producing incredible inspirational shows for 15 years. Next month will be the 15th anniversary, October 27th, and we're having our party right here in the studio. So if you'd like to join us, we're going to be celebrating with some wonderful friends. We have Kiara Lay, we have Desiree D performing, as well as Abel Maxwell and Justin Hamilton. So if you want to come down and be part of the celebration, we're going to have dancing and cake. Come on, send an email. Love to have you at contact@NikkiClarkeNetwork.com. Just let us know how many seats you want reserved for that very special night, and love to see you. So I have to say that I am so honored to be part of this incredible journey of beautiful and women of formidable will who are doing great things in the community to share, words of encouragement, of perseverance. They have beauty and poise and intelligence, and I am so thrilled to introduce to you the freshly crowned 2023 Mrs. Canada Universe. Please welcome Joy Katoner to the show. Welcome.
Hi, Nikki. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, it's such a pleasure, and I love your crown. I love your sash. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right. Well, so how do you feel?
I kind of, I don't, it's still surreal. Sometimes when family would ask me like the same question, how do I feel? What have changed? Within me, honestly, nothing much, but I am more mindful of what I say in social media or how I present myself outside, because I want to be this looking at that, a role model.
Beautiful picture.
Be a good image of the crown and the title that I actually achieved.
Right. Well, I think you're a wonderful ambassador of beauty and poise and of hope. You've got a great story, and I'd love to hear more about your journey. Now, you've gone from a registered practical nurse, RPN, and a registered midwife, and now Mrs. Canada Universe. Tell me about that.
Okay, so it's a little bit twisted. I am a registered midwife in the Philippines.
Okay.
I came to Canada, and how our education, equivalency of our education from back home and in Canada is not the same. So then I came here and actually took personal support worker program, because I still want to stay in the healthcare field, but I was not quite sure because I don't know Canada, right? I don't know how it works. I don't know if that's really something that I wanted to do. Because to be able to work here as a midwife, I have to go back to Toronto Metropolitan University, a one-year program, but I can't take my master's. So I decided to explore the personal support worker program as a caregiver,
Yes.
and then went on to do nursing, got a job with the city, and then I've been working as a public servant. And then I realized, yes, I love to be a nurse. I love to be a frontline worker. But I feel like I want to contribute into the systemic part of the system. I've seen a lot of Filipinos coming in here as a caregiver, and nannies,
Yes.
nurses and all that. And yes, we are a good backbone and workforce as an immigrant here in Canada. But I just haven't seen, I think, I want to contribute to do leadership and actually, create more jobs
Yes.
for, the Filipino people in the community, and especially the immigrants that comes here. So that's how
Absolutely.
I started to be like a midwife, a nurse, a public servant, and actually I'm taking my undergrad in health administration at Toronto
Wonderful.
Metropolitan University, because I don't have a background in business and administration. So I think through education and my experience, I could better prepare myself to whatever future holds me. And now I become Mrs. Canada Universe, and I feel like, oh wow, it is certainly a lot, but I feel like every path that I take and every achievement that I have in me is probably sending me to somewhere. So I just believe that it'll take me somewhere that is useful, not just for myself, but also for every people that I meet. And, you know, every immigrant girls or women or, they would see me and be like, hey, she's just like, I'm just an ordinary person that came to Canada and had like, the North American dream, and here I am.
And very recently, I mean, like under 20 years, right?
Yeah, so we came here in 2010, me and my two sisters.
Are they nurses too? Are they in the same field?
My older sister is a medical technician. She's a medical technologist and a phlebotomist. And my younger sister works in a bank.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so-
So very busy, career-oriented women. And so now, when did you hear about Mrs. Canada Universe pageant? How did that come about?
It was very random. I was very shy growing up. I've never really seen myself in TV or, just being out there in public. And I was home. I was sick, actually. And I was talking to a friend back home, and I saw the advertisement. And I was like, hey, they're looking for this person. And then she was telling me, why don't you audition? I'm like, all right, I'll audition. I sent in my profile and went for an interview, and they sent me an email saying that I got in.
Wow.
And it took me a whole month to finally put my head and mind. I'm like, yes, I'm going to do it. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to give 100% of myself to this. So it came along.
And the result of 100% of putting into this incredible pageant, this is the result. So you must be super proud. How does your family feel from the Philippines about this esteemed accomplishment?
I am very grateful, not just for my family, but from the whole town. I came from a small town of 5,000 population.
Okay.
Very small. And when they saw it in social media, like the municipality, the local government unit, my neighbors, and everybody was just like, resharing it, sending congratulations. They even reposted me on social media. I'm like, oh my God, honestly.
Is this really happening? Wow.
Yeah. And my mom, when I talked to her, she's like, because after the pageant, I went to like a fast food place because I just want to rest my legs and just like, take it in. Like, oh my God, I won and this has happened. And my mom haven't slept for 3 nights because she's been talking to aunties and families back home, and they're like,
Titas.
yes, they're very proud. So I'm like,
Yes.
I'm so grateful for all the support that I'm getting
Excellent.
from everyone.
And you'll be going there very soon, right?
Yeah, so I will be in Manila for 9 days, from October 1 to 9 for the international competition. And after that, I'm flying to my province. I'll stay in my hometown for probably 6 to 7 days and just, enjoy the quiet time.
Fantastic, fantastic. All right, so we're building up to your visit and the pageant in the Philippines. So what kind of preparation, what kind of, regimen do you have in preparation for that day?
Okay, so I actually go to the gym. My goal is to go there 3 or 4 times a week. I've been eating clean. I've been eating healthy. It's just because when you, and then I've been resting a lot because when you eat good, you feel good about yourself. Aside from the workout, I also try to. I'm doing my catwalk training. I have a coach, and also we've been working with my national director about wardrobe and how we plan things and whatnot. Other than that, I listen to podcasts.
Do you?
I do.
Awesome. Which one?
Very direct. How to win a pageant.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like I just Googled it, and actually I listened to her when I was doing national pageant, and it resonates in how I tried so many speakers, and this certain lady, she just resonates to how she speaks and how she advises, and I'm like, okay, this one works for me.
That one works for me.
Yeah.
Amazing. Now tell us about the self-care project.
Yes. So I have given a lot of thought about this project because I wanted to be able to, like being a mom, I didn't kind of know how to fit in of all the things that I wanted to do in my life. I feel like 24 hours is never enough. But above all those things that I'm doing and what I have achieved, I realized that actually taking care of myself is very, very important. And culturally, you know how, when you become a mom and you go out there, you dress up, you look nice, they kind of question, so who's looking after your kid? Or like, so how does your kid look like if you look like this? Or, instead of like being proud of women looking after themselves, that taking care of themselves even after having kids. It's more of like a question. So that inspires me, and I didn't know how to like navigate this into helping other women. And then I have a coworker who I had talked about this, and she's like, "How about simple things like taking care of, going out for yoga or going to the gym or a simple brunch or whatnot."
Right.
So I am going back home in the Philippines, and I'm gonna launch it in my town. I'll pick like 5 ladies from every this in every town they have certain group in northeast south part, and we'll have a day where I'll take them to do their nails, to
Oh,
get
that's
the spa
beautiful.
day. Yeah.
Awesome.
And hoping like I have plans in doing it like once a month, and they'll have their goals, they'll have some community involvement there, and hopefully in the future to send them to vocational schools that they will create something, they'll create like an income for themselves. So
Oh, that's wonderful. Amazing. That is such a fantastic way of giving back to the community. I'm hearing that your community has been very pivotal in, nurturing you and the woman you are. So I see an incredible selflessness from you in your desire to give back. So kudos to you.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure you're going to create a great legacy in October. So tell us now, how can we support you? How can we help you get crowned Mrs. Canada Universe?
You know what, honestly, just being here right now, you inviting me to be here to speak and talk about my story, what are my plans, and how did I win. This is such a great help for
Thank you.
getting words out there, to just seeing like, a visible minority and an immigrant coming to Canada and achieving things, and that it is possible to just literally anybody who would just set their mind and
Yes.
have dreams. So like through that, that's been a very big help. And the pageant is consist of 100 women from all over the world, and Canada is such a multicultural
Yes.
country. I mean, I have friends like I am Canadian, but my background is Filipino. And I have friends who came here from different countries. So I would understand if they would root for the candidate from that country or this and whatnot. But because, at the end of the day, we're just there having the same platform, getting the words come out, and we're there for a reason. Yes, it is a competition for the crown and the title and whatnot. But like, communicating to people that this is happening, and then that anybody is capable to do this is such a great help already.
It is. You're a fantastic communicator and a great goodwill ambassador to women. And I see that my experience interacting with the pageant contestants from Miss Canada and Mrs. Canada, great personalities, very loving, very giving, and I feel like there's a great sisterhood. So yes, there's a competition, but I see the behind the scene hugs, and I see the support on social media. Go girl, go queen, So that's very special. That's very special to be a part of. So I just want to say we're going to close shortly, but just very quickly, can you tell a young lady who's watching right now, or someone of my young age, what advice would you give them if they're thinking about becoming Mrs. Canada pageant, if they want to run?
That is a very good thought. If to any lady who wanted to join a pageant, may it be Mrs. Canada whatsoever, I think the advice that I can give you is just to be yourself. I had this conversation with someone, and then, my mindset of going to the competition is like being the best version of myself, because it's so easy to be lost and be dragged into, if you're going to focus on other people and you're going to be unconsciously doing things just like what they're doing, and being like, instead of being who you are. So just focus on yourself, be true to yourself, and enjoy the moment. So
Love it. All right. Words of wisdom. Thank you so much. Mrs. Canada Pageant 2023, Joy Katoner, I wish you all the best. I'm right behind you. I'm rooting for you.
thank
All
you
right?
so much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for watching the Nikki Clarke Show, and we'll be back another time. God bless you. Lots of love.